Okay, hi. We are Peter and Mark from Yelp.
Basically, we're the people that make you restart your computer.
Yeah, we're the most popular team at Yelp for that reason. But today we'll be talking about how we use Chocolaty and Puppet, along with a few other tools to automate and software deployment and testing at Yelp. So I hope most of you know who Yelp are, but for those who don't, Yelp is a local services and review platform, around 7,000 employees across 10 offices, most of them in the US here, a couple of offices in Europe as well. The vast majority of our fleet are running Mac OS, but we have a growing Windows and Chrome OS user base. We here have an abridged list of some of the technologies we use. Our manager, Ryan, kind of jokes that we spend half of the day going through GitHub, finding new technologies that we need to incorporate right now into our stack. And so it definitely has a lot more than you see here, but these are kind of the headlines for configuration management, MDM, and packaging. Right now we have a team of 6 engineers, beautiful men, all of them, wonderful people. You see them here. And some of them are in attendance today, including us. Mikesh talked about a journey. We're going to take you back to where we were in 2017. There was no dedicated Windows engineer on the team. The existing team was primarily focused on managing the Mac platform. We had good enough management of the Windows platform. Like a majority of Mac shops, they kind of had a small footprint and had scaled well on Mac. The Windows endpoints were kind of, they needed a little help. So I came on board and was assigned to working Windows full-time. Mark joined later that year, and he kind of came along at a perfect time to help us use automation to really improve on the existing processes we had. We'd gotten a lot of the heavy lifting done. We had things like imaging in place, and we'd started to make real inroads in the platform. But it was ripe for automation because we had a lot of manual processes. I'm sure you're all the same. So our goal was to achieve feature parity with the Mac platform. We had a really good internal example, something that we could model what we were looking to do of. And we also were really passionate about the user at Yelp not kind of feeling that they were on a second-class platform, that everything they could do on a Mac, they could do on the Windows client as well, because they sit across each other in meeting rooms, It's like, you don't want to have that envy. Thanks. Okay, so we had 2 sets of challenges. We had the technical challenge of finding the right tools for our environment, and we had the human challenge of keeping our users happy along this journey. Our existing tools were not perfect. We were using a legacy solution that had previously been used to manage the Mac fleet. The Mac team had moved on to Jamf at this point, so we were kind of left in a situation where we needed to find something that's going to work for us a little bit better. But we also had computers that had been deployed in various states. In many cases, they were imaged manually from an ISO. And so configuration tended to vary from site to site or even from person to person doing it. So we didn't always get reliable results from our deployments because of agent issues with the legacy system, some of the limitations of that software. And we were also crucially unable to report on those deployments as well as we would have liked. Also, we had little or no version control. GUI interfaces are not version controllable. Also, shoulder surfing reviews are not admissible evidence in postmortems. And those 2 things go together quite well, actually. We also had a set of human challenges. We needed to be ready to keep pace with the growth that we knew was going to come on the Windows platform while delivering a 5-star service, what we do at Yelp. Also, all our Windows users were local admins on their machines. So we knew we'd have to deliver something for users who were used to being able to install whatever they liked on their devices. But we also had an idea that maybe this wasn't great from a security perspective, not perfect. And we also thought we could do it a lot better. We wanted what Mikesh has described, the one-click experience for installing software. We had our own set of internal challenges as well. Maintaining software is a time-consuming manual process, and we'd prefer to spend our time building new services instead. Also, constant fire drills do take their toll. And a day spent rushing out a security patch is one less day that you're going to spend on building something you want to build. And it's also definitely no fun at the time. I do wish we could have a blimp attack, though. That would be. By now, we're super familiar with the pain points. And we set about putting together a list of requirements for where we wanted to be. Obviously, we wanted reliable software installation and configuration. We wanted consistent configuration across all our endpoints. And we wanted to automate anything and everything that it was possible to automate. We wanted the results of critical deployments to be available in a digestible format, both for ourselves and to bowl up to management, and share with the security team as well. And we wanted users of all technical levels to be comfortable with the new process we had. Also, 95% of our Windows devices are laptops, so we need those devices to be patched and configured no matter where they are in the world. And also, we definitely wanted beer. I think we're getting beer tonight, right?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I hope so.
So here's some of the solutions that we chose. Chocolaty, obviously, for package management. We use Puppet for configuration management at Yelp. I couldn't find a logo for AU, but I think this is great. So I don't know if anyone from AU is in the house, but yeah, here's your new logo. It's so cute. So we use Test Kitchen for packaging testing, and we use Jenkins to coordinate the whole thing and make it all sing and dance. So Chocolaty. Chocolaty was the obvious choice for us for package management. It most closely matched the other tools we were familiar with, such as apt and Monkey on the Mac. It manages the whole software lifecycle for us. It supports pretty much all the common Windows installer formats. And we really like that the packages are self-contained so that we can internalize them and not have to rely on external web sources. It's got a bunch of functions to support common tasks that we come across in the majority of our packages, creating shortcuts, environment variables, paths. And in addition to these built-in functions, pretty much anything you can do in PowerShell, you can do in a Chocolaty script. So this allows us to do super complex software installations, lots of moving parts, case statements, the whole deal. We can also keep our self-service sources separate from our licensed software and have different permissions for both, which is important for self-service because we don't want everyone installing Tableau. That would be bad. And Chocolaty is obviously perfect for source control, and it supports a wide range of configuration management tools. And also, maybe most importantly, it gives us really detailed logging of all our installations and actions. So we have a much better idea of what's actually happening on our devices. Unless I'm wrong, these are all features that are available in the open source version of Chocolaty. However, we chose Chocolaty for business. I think the most important reason for that for us was background mode and self-service. That's 2 reasons, right? Yeah. So with background mode, software installations are performed using a local administrator account on the box that's managed by Chocolaty. Chocolaty creates this local admin account, and it creates a unique password for this account on each device, meaning that we don't need to have a shared, insecure password across all our devices. Software installations are all performed using this account's administrative privileges. Even if the user is a non-privileged account, we can do any administrative functions we need to do during a software installation. And Chocolaty GUI, which you can see pictured here, gives us an easy-to-use graphical interface for users that are maybe less comfortable on the command line, but the background service does also work in the command line. The GUI also allows us to simplify our messaging by giving us a single place to direct users to get all of their software needs. So with both of these features in place, we were able to remove local admin from all our Windows devices, which is a big win. That was a fun day in the security meeting. For configuration management, as I mentioned, we have Puppet. This is an overview kind of graph of how our setup works. We evaluated several options for configuration management. We eventually opted for a masterless Puppet deployment. Yelp production is a Puppet shop, so we had like a local pool of experts on tap that we could consult during the rollout. And Puppet's also an established solution for managing Mac and Windows clients. So this allowed us to have a single code base to manage both platforms at Yelp. Our Puppet repo is a combination of internal code and modules with external modules that are sourced from places like GitHub and the Puppet Forge. And this code is all bundled together and uploaded to an AWS S3 bucket. From there, the clients sync the code down locally, and it's executed during the next scheduled Puppet run. Puppet's Chocolaty module allows us to take control of Chocolaty configuration across the entire fleet. The module installs, updates, and configures Chocolaty. And at Yelp, we use Puppet Hira to store the data that Puppet uses to configure each device. Hira is Puppet's data lookup system, so it's a really great place to store this kind of work. It allows us to create roles for devices, users, or groups of users. And each of these roles can have unique configurations or packages assigned to them. So in the example here, we can see a list of packages that Puppet will remove, install, or automatically update. And we can also see the Chocolaty configuration that Puppet will enforce on this device. So if a package is removed or a configuration is changed for some reason, Puppet will revert it to our desired state the next time it runs. So once we had the infrastructure in place to deliver software and configuration to these devices, we turned our attention to reporting. It's very much an ongoing process for us as we continue to refine the data that we ingest and make meaningful decisions based on what it's telling us. But the data does give us a much better picture of the health of the fleet as a whole than what we were dealing with before. So rather than dealing with issues on an individual basis, we can respond to problems before they escalate, hopefully, to the point where IT or the end user is impacted. So for reporting, we use TD Agent. It collects client-side logs and forwards them to AWS S3. TD Agent tails log files from Chocolaty and Puppet, as well as standard Windows event logs. And the results are cached locally and periodically updated to S3. From there, we ingest them into Splunk. So anytime a device can reach the internet, we're receiving data on that device's configuration and health. You can see an example here of the configuration file the TD Agent uses. It's nice and easily readable. And you basically have an input that it passes on to an output. In our case, that's S3. OK, so we here have an example of a Splunk dashboard we use. Splunk allows us to create detailed dashboards to monitor the health of our deployments and report issues with packages or configurations. We also use Splunk to create Slack notifications or Jira tickets where manual intervention might be required to correct an issue. It could be, for example, a package that's repeatedly failing or a Puppet resource that's not compiling correctly. OK, well, I'd like to hand over to Mark now. He's going to talk about how we automated all the things.
Yes. So today I'll be talking about Chocolaty and Puppet, automation on Chocolaty and Puppet environment. I think this photo accurately describes my state of mind when I joined Yelp. Trying to piece together all the existing processes for testing and developing. It was going absolutely insane. For us, one of the key reasons we automate is that we believe engineers shouldn't be doing repetitive tasks, especially locally on their desktop. Without automation, it's harder, definitely for all of us, to be repeatable, as everyone on the team has their own processes and testing methodology, or no testing methodology at all. Especially because we didn't have a standard development environment, it made it deploying changes even harder. We wanted repeatable, verifiable, and scripted processes so deployments could be made more consistent and controlled. We wanted the process to verify things actually work before we push to production. Really, all I could say before was, it's just a quick fix, nothing really changed. No need to run all the tests, it won't break anything. Obviously, I've said this and I've written some postmortems, so definitely not true. Thankfully, we've moved past that. So for us, we use Jenkins to connect all of our little bits of automation. It's responsible for executing scripts, for checking Git for new branches and changes, and all sorts of things. So we kind of picked Jenkins because it's a Yelp standard for continuous integration and continuous deployment. We have an internal release engineering team that helped us get up to speed with their experience of maintaining a Jenkins infrastructure. With Jenkins, we often use pre-commit to verify that Chocolaty packages and Puppet code conform to sane and defined standards. If your code doesn't pass the test, it doesn't get merged or pushed to production. I think we all kind of agree that no human should push directly to production now. Our processes now are only initiated by automation, and humans are only involved at a point where intervention is required. So this is an example of a pipeline for our Puppet code that has been reviewed and tested. When a developer pushes a specific type of branch, that triggers Jenkins to start the build process. The job clones the Puppet repo, then verifies the code has been properly reviewed and tested. It then builds the modules and merges to master. And then finally uploads our Puppet code to S3. From there, the new code is synced down by our clients and applied during our next scheduled run of Puppet. So we definitely wanted to automate packaging. The majority of the people in the room have probably spent some time packaging software. Nobody really likes doing it. We were using AutoPackage on the Mac to automate the ingestion and packaging of our software for Mac OS, but we really didn't have a solution for Windows. We started looking, as this was one of the most time-consuming parts of software management on our Windows fleet. Initially, we looked at developing our own solution built on top of Chocolaty templates, but the more we researched, it seemed AU actually satisfied all of our requirements. With AU, there's a large active community of developers that are building new recipes and packages. So that means we didn't really have to keep on reinventing the wheel when there was a new package we wanted to ingest. And like Chocolaty, it uses PowerShell, making it easy to extend. We've built plugins that integrate with Slack that notify when there's a new package. We've also made some changes to our Git workflow, and so it creates reviews and Jira tickets. You can see an example of some Jira tickets that are created and the reviews that are created by AU on the slides. And so here's the actual pipeline process for our AU runs. First, Jenkins runs AU on a schedule, creating packages where updates are available. It creates a ticket, a Git branch, and a review for each package that's updated. From there, we moved on to the testing phase, where Jenkins initiates a run of Test Kitchen. It creates a VM, installs the software, and then runs a test to make sure that each title has the expected outcome. The test results are then reviewed by an engineer during the promotion process, and then an engineer will grant to ship it, and it will be automatically deployed to production. Yeah.
Okay, so in conclusion, in around 18 months, we were able to transform Windows management at Yelp into a highly automated, controlled process. Chocolaty and Puppet allow us to continuously deploy software to our endpoints with a high degree of confidence in the results of those deployments. And best of all, our automation allows us to do it with a minimal investment of engineering time. We get to do more of this, basically. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, thank you.